Well, just a month into the pre-travel COVID test program, and nearly 190,000 negative tests have been helped by locals and visitors bypass quarantine. But what about the people who test positive? Gina Mangieri is always investigating and found out it's a big blind spot for the state and the counties.
The state tells me they cannot make their trusted testing partners tell them who from out of state comes up positive on a pre-arrival COVID test. And only a few dozen have self-reported it since the Safe Travels program began a month ago. In just the 4 weeks since the Safe Travels pre-arrival test option began, tiny Kauai County has already seen 9 locals and visitors come up positive for COVID on the test the traveler was hoping would get them out of quarantine. Instead, they went into isolation.
The cases that we know about are ones either that we learned about sort of accidentally by happenstance, but some of them are people who are doing the right thing. They're, oh my goodness, I have a positive test. I wasn't expecting this. I'm sure the health department wants to know.
That's one positive every few days of the program so far, just for Kauai. So we wanted to know, what are the numbers statewide for pre-travel test results coming back positive after landing? State and county departments pointed me in several different directions before the Department of Health revealed it's more than 40. But these are only the people who have uploaded their positive results.
I do think that kind of the gut level feeling about this is that we're seeing the tip of the iceberg, and we just don't know how big that iceberg is. And there's no incentive for a traveler to upload a positive test because that's likely to interrupt your vacation plans or your returning home plans.
I asked, aren't the trusted testing partners required to tell the state, even if the traveler doesn't disclose the bad news willingly? The Attorney General's office told me the agreement does require test results to our Department of Health for Hawaii residents. For non-residents, there are potentially regulatory issues, and it's something we are thinking through. Additionally, we are requiring total numbers per month of tests and positive results. But they did not yet disclose the October tally. I asked the department in charge of the technical side of Safe Travels what happens if someone uploads a positive test. The state's chief information officer told me when the test result is positive or inconclusive, it is forwarded to the Department of Health for further evaluation, follow-up, and reporting. The system is not used to track the actual number of positives. It's a big blind spot, especially because even when a traveling positive is known, only Hawaii residents will be included in the state's daily COVID report. Positive visitors, pre-travel tested out of state, are not.
If you think about how huge California is and how many cases there are, there's no good way for California to know out of their thousands of cases every day, oh, this person is on vacation in Hawaii now, and let us know. So that's the gap in the system.
In addition to the 9 Kauai pre-travel positive arrivals, the Garden Isle saw another dozen locals and visitors with negative pre-tests turning up positive on a follow-up.
I hope that the value of the information from Kauai is to kind of shine a light on where there are gaps and deficiencies in the Safe Travels program so that those can be improved and tightened.
Kauai's mayor has asked the governor to sign new orders allowing Kauai to require a second post-arrival test before breaking quarantine and having the first negative pre-travel test results in hand and uploaded to the Safe Travels database before departing for Kauai. It's a direction officials are already moving in for international arrivals and may shift to for mainland arrivals.
So this is becoming the policy. Quickly, behind the scenes, we're saying this a lot, that we should do it.
Gina Mangieri, KHON2 News, always investigating.